Should we just start again?
Start again.
Okay. You always do the episode, I don't know which one it is.
Let's not even bother with the episode. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Bally.
I'm Mark.
We're at the Smash Factory in London, Ontario. This is our fitting studio. Our last episode, we did a challenge.
Almost forgot about that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I know you didn't. I'm looking over there because there's something over there that I have to...
I'll get it.
Okay, thanks. So this is the part of the consequences. I mean, since we've started consequences, I've lost both of them. Off the back 3 times. Oh yes. Boy, that's frustrating. That is frustrating.
Yes!
And now I have to wear a lady's blouse next time.
It fits great.
I'm a loser again. Gosh, 2 weeks in a row does not feel good.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Some people just can't handle the pressure, Mark.
I know.
So this is...
First of all, don't love sushi, but Matt was nice enough. This is a vegetable roll.
Yep, and I paid for it too. I didn't make Mark buy, so that's good.
As you can see, there's a little something on top here, as we discussed last week.
There is a pile of wasabi on there.
That's a lot. So I get to eat this.
Yeah.
And then we get to talk about some golf clubs.
Yeah.
Cheers.
How you doing, bud?
Oh, it's not hot yet.
Oh, it's not hot yet. That's good. You need a napkin?
God.
Breathe in.
I'm gonna throw up.
Breathe in through your nose.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I just have to like swallow it.
I put way too much on
Oh my
there.
God. I need some milk.
You need some milk? You want some water?
Yeah.
It might make it worse.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I can't get it down. Oh, love it. I just swallowed it. Oh my God.
Welcome to the Smash Factory.
Oh, it's so
YouTube
hot.
channel.
Oh, I wish I thought this was as funny as you.
Nobody eats that much.
Oh, that was awful.
You're amazing.
Oh my God.
I'm sweating. I'm laughing so hard. Oh.
It's over.
Okay.
Not good.
Please keep sending us your questions at smashfactory.ca.
No more spicy things.
Also, your challenge ideas.
Oh.
So today we're not going to do a challenge. Today we're actually going to talk. There's going to be a little bit of an education. How you doing, bud?
I'm still reeling a little bit.
Good.
I'll let you finish.
Okay. You don't want to tell them anything? You're going to just take a minute?
No, I need a minute.
Okay. We're going to talk about the top 5 signs of a bad fitter, and we're also going to talk about the do's and don'ts as being a customer coming in for fitting.
Absolutely.
All right?
So, well, enjoy.
All right, let's
Thanks.
do it. Good job, Mark. So, number 1, grip.
Grip is a huge one,
Yeah.
right? So, obviously during a fitting, if you're not comfortable with the size or style of your grip, that's really going to cause some issues.
But right away, this grip sucks, so.
Okay, see, again, there you go, right?
Yeah, no, I don't like it, and it's too skinny.
Okay.
It's like looks stretched.
Yeah.
So right away, I've got a problem. I'm not even gonna hit it.
Okay, good.
I'll get you put it.
Okay. So Matt doesn't like that grip. Understandable. So we're going to change that for him. But first I'm going to check the swing weight. One thing to note too, this is a Ping Arcos grip. So it adds a little bit of length, right? So it will modify the swing weight. So I'll kind of show you before and then after. So right now it says it's about D5.5, but I know it's lighter than that. I know that little butt cap is just adding a little bit of extra length there, and it's changing that. So I'm just going to put a standard grip on here and kind of show you the differences. So, okay. Okay, so let's have a look here. Right, so right away we put technically a heavier grip on there, and it's D3, right? So just that extra bit of 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch makes a big difference. Make sure that your fitter has options for you. Make sure that he's happy to kind of take them off and change it for you, because that really, it's a small portion, but it's a big part of making the clubs feel comfortable and making you excel with them.
Yeah, it's your first connection to the club.
Absolutely.
Right? So it should fit you. It's important.
Absolutely. Maybe you like something that's a little softer, right? Maybe you like something that's a little bit stickier. Or maybe your hands sweat a lot and you need some texture, you need some cord to make sure that you don't feel like you're going to throw the thing.
Yeah, if you're arthritic, there's
Absolutely.
arthritis in your hands. There's grips that are much softer that'll absorb some of that shock and
Absolutely.
make life a little bit easier.
For sure. There's a reason why there's so many different style of grips, right? Because everybody likes something a little bit different.
Sure.
So make sure your fitter just has options for you, and make sure that you ask them to change it if you are not comfortable with it.
Number 2, no biases. If you go to an unbiased fitting, your fitter better be unbiased. There are a lot of stores that will have promotions, or their staff will receive, gift cards and stuff if they sell the most of a particular brand.
Yeah.
That's a warning sign. If you love a brand, okay, fine. However, if you're coming in, and most of the people that are coming in here, they may have a brand in mind that they love, but we say give everything a try.
Try everything.
You never know, and we've had a lot of people presently surprised because they say, well, I never thought about trying brand X, and it turned out to be a great fit for me.
Right.
You got to make sure that your fitter is not one, single-minded.
Yep.
It's going to limit options. And you look at people on the PGA Tour, those guys, most of them have a mixed bag.
Absolutely.
They
Especially
play
if
a
they don't
bunch
have
of different
contract.
stuff.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And you see it too with the players that don't have contracts,
Yeah,
right?
big
They're
time.
never playing 14 clubs from the same brand because they're trying to give themselves the best opportunity to play better, and that's what kind of looking at everything does for you, instead of just typecasting yourself into one option because it looks cool that you have 14 clubs from the same company.
Number 3, this is a real big one that most people don't know about. Swing weight.
Yeah, it's a sneaky one, right? That only club fitters really know about. A lot of good players know about it, but it's very, very important when it comes to fitting, and that's why we have hundreds of different weights for all the heads. We're going to show light and then heavy with this as well.
Yeah. Just show the difference.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Good swing.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, so D3 right now, right? So
Yeah.
pretty standard on swing weight. Your typical lower flight there didn't spin a whole lot.
Yeah, I just kind of didn't. It was okay, but didn't really spin a ton.
No, you take that on the golf course, all right?
Yeah, I can find it. Okay, so you want to crank the swing weight?
Yeah, let's go with a little heavier here.
'Kay.
So let me grab that for a moment. So we're gonna go. This is there's a 2 gram weight in both of these ports right now. Part of the reason why it's at D3 is because Matt has put some hot melt in here, so that's changed the weight a little bit. But I'm gonna put a 14-gram Callaway weight here in the back. So we're going up 12 grams, right? So essentially 6 swing weight points. So this is D8. This is where some people play their drivers at. One that we know pretty well is Mr. Scott Coukes, who loves it heavy.
Yeah. Scotty plays very heavy drivers.
Very heavy drivers.
Unplayable for me generally, but Scotty likes them heavy, so we'll see what happens.
You know what? That's the cool thing too, right?
Yeah.
Is it's in his comfort zone and you can't even play it, right?
No,
And you guys are
brutal.
playing the same sport, so
Yeah.
it's
For the life of me, I can't find the center club face, but we'll see if it makes a liar out of me
all right,
because.
so this should be around D8.5, D9.
Yep, it feels beefy. I notice.
I definitely could tell.
And like you were talking about, there are people who don't notice.
Absolutely.
Generally, somebody will notice either weight or they'll notice length.
Length, yes.
Right?
I notice that a lot with fittings is some people are very length sensitive, and I would say Matt probably is. Some people are very weight sensitive, right? So that's where most of the time people aren't both, unless you have a very, very talented player who's been playing for a long time and played with a lot of equipment. But it's important to do these things in fitting, right? And to make sure that one way is not going to be significantly better than another. So this is the extreme example, obviously, but.
So speaking of that, we were talking about do's and don'ts as the fittee, as being fitted. So one of the things that's really important is make sure you talk to your fitter. You need to establish a relationship where you're comfortable saying, hey, this looks weird, this feels weird, whatever the case is. If you like something or dislike something, you've got to tell your fitter.
For sure.
They're never going to be offended. They're trying to build something that fits you. So that said, tell them what you're feeling, what you're looking for. Also, you need to let them know if there's something you want to try.
Absolutely. Don't let fitters, like if you came in and said, hey, I really want to try X driver, and they say no, it's your time, right? So hit what you want. Even if me as a fitter know that you're probably not going to end up with that, I still want you to experience it and try it, right? Just so you can write it off and say, hey, you know what? No, I really don't like that one.
Check my notes here of the other things.
For sure, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of things. That's a really important one, right? And,
Yep.
and I think it's very, very, it's frustrating as a fittee to come into a fitting studio and say, hey, I want to try this driver, and they go, no, you're not.
Yeah,
gonna
you've
like
had that happen before.
I have,
You're
for
like,
sure.
come on.
No, and it's frustrating, and then you leave questioning it, right? Because you go, oh, I didn't get to try the options I came in to try,
Yeah.
and I don't know if this is really the best thing for me, and it just puts doubt in your mind, right? So at least kind of give it a shot and give it a chance, and then you'll know, right? So
That said, in a fitting, you notice we're hanging out, we're talking, we're taking our time. Do not get to rapid fire.
Absolutely.
If you get into hitting 57 irons in a row really quickly, your fitting becomes a workout more than a fitting.
No, and
It is not the way you play golf. It won't transfer into the golf course.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, what they do is they get into rapid fire, and then they turn it into a long drive contest, or how
Absolutely.
far can you hit your 7 iron, or whatever club you're fitting.
Yeah.
All of those things are not golf.
No.
All of those things work against you.
Yeah.
Take your time. If you have to take off your glove each time, put it back on.
Yeah.
Make sure
Go
you
through
take your
your
time,
routine,
go
right?
through your routine, and
Absolutely.
hit the shot like you would on the golf course.
absolutely, and,
All right.
and even if you don't think you have a routine, you do.
Sure.
And your routine is not hitting 37 irons in 10 minutes, like Matt said. So, okay, so in theory, so this is D9 now.
This is heavy.
The heavy, but the weight's way at the back. So in theory, you should launch this higher, but we'll see kind of how you react to it.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. So you hit that high on the crown.
I had no idea. It was so heavy. I had no idea where the club face was.
Yeah.
So I'm back here and I'm thinking, "Ugh," and it was, yeah. I mean,
that's where-
ball speed dropped a ton, went high right.
Yeah, you got away with it because you got one of those geary misses that you hit
Yeah,
high on
yeah,
the
yeah.
face, but it's definitely not something that you're going to hit.
No,
13
it's a
fairways
horrible
of the
fit.
round, right?
But that goes to show the difference in swing weight. The first one, which was just a low draw,
Yeah.
very low spinning, but low draw, I think it went 290 something. I mean, I got away with it.
296, Yeah.
Versus this one here went 281. It was just a high fade.
Yeah.
It looks decent, but it was really bad,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
know your
something I couldn't
numbers-
control.
Absolutely, and I know
Yep.
that's 10 miles an hour less ball speed.
Yeah,
than you're used to. So-
it's just way too heavy.
Yeah.
Just way too heavy. So that's the biggest thing in we're just showing a quick example of it, but swing weight is hugely important.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of people who have a favorite club in the bag, be it a 9 iron, a 7 iron, whatever it is, and it's often a specific, swing weight that they like, and it's a club that you get comfortable with. Well, when we build you something, we make sure the swing weights all match. We make sure that you're testing stuff that all fits in the range of what you're looking at. So all of these things are really important. You really need to make sure that your fitters are paying attention to these things.
Because everybody's different. Again, we talked about that with grips and stuff like that. Very, very individual and personal, and you have to make sure that you try a few different options, even in the same head. If you narrow it down to it's going to be this shaft, this head, and this grip, play with some different swing weights and know what you don't like, right? Like, know that you don't like it at D1, you like it at D4. It's very, very important. So make sure you ask your fitter those questions, and he should be more than happy, she should be more than happy to help you with those answers, right?
Next thing,
Yeah,
shaft length.
very important.
I've done many fittings in my day before we started our toy shop here. Mark and I, you want to stand up for everybody? Mark and I play different length shafts.
We do, right? So that's where, again, I've got longer arms. That plays a portion to it, or a part of it. But shaft length, regardless, and not even just in your irons and wedges and putter, all that stuff, it's very, very important in a driver, right? It's very, very important. I play a short 3-wood, right? Like, that's something that I've always been comfortable with. Anything that's at full length, it's just, I'm not comfortable, right? And no matter how good it potentially could be, it's not going to work for me. So definitely make note and ask those questions. Say, hey, how long is this one, right? How long is this? And obviously with the new rules coming into place, 46 is your longest option now legally. I mean,
Yeah, we did have a funny scenario where we built a driver for a customer at 47 and a half, which then was then was legal, is
yeah,
now illegal.
exactly.
Make
So-
a modification, and of course swing weight was off. We had to modify swing weight. We got it
Absolutely.
back down to being very functional, but
Yeah.
the interesting thing about all of this stuff, they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
If you find the shaft that's the right length for you, you need to make sure that now, let's say you go shorter, the swing weight matches up.
Absolutely.
Well, suddenly you put on a bigger grip. Oh, now the swing weight may be off.
Yeah.
All of these things are interconnected. If your fitter is not paying attention to them, run. Your fitter is not doing his or her job. If you're getting an unbiased fitting done, don't allow corners to be cut.
Yeah.
Make sure that your fitter takes these things into account.
Yeah, it's your time and you've paid for it, right? So if you want to try it at 46 inches, then you want to try it at 44, ask those questions, right? Don't be scared to ask, because it is your time, and you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your experience anywhere.
On that note, another thing, you know, for example, if you need something shorter, if they say, oh, just choke down an inch, no.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
The swing weight changes, the club changes. If they're not willing to make things tailored to you during your fitting,
Yeah.
you're in the wrong fitting. Now, and that's not to say there are a lot of really good fitters out there.
Absolutely.
And for example, we get a lot of people asking about TXG. They're a great fitter. I know them. I mean, we know them well.
Yeah.
Mike did a fitting for me years ago. He did a great job.
Yeah.
He's a professional. They know their stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names of bad fitters. All I'm saying is there are people that cut corners. If you're getting an unbiased fitting done, don't allow corners to be cut.
Yeah.
If you're a golf geek like myself and Mark, make sure you have all of these things in mind when you go in for a fitting.
Absolutely.
We can talk about some of the do's and don'ts during a fitting, because
Absolutely.
people are probably sick of staring at us just blabbing. So.
All right, let's
Okay.
do some stuff. Sounds
Let's
good.
do it. The worst thing you can do in a fitting, and if we're talking about do's and don'ts,
Yeah.
as the customer, do not fit yourself to the equipment. We've all done it. You bought a driver, a putter, or whatever. It looks cool, and you've said, I can make this work. Let me just try it again.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you've hit 20 shots. You've hit them all like dog shit.
Wasted your time.
Wasted your time. And all you're doing is manipulating your swing to try and make this thing work.
Absolutely.
As soon as you've hit a couple bad ones in a row, you go to your fitter and say, let's try something else.
Yeah.
And frankly, your fitter should take it away and go, no, let's modify.
Absolutely.
If they don't,
yeah,
they're not doing their
you've got
jobs.
issues, right? And I mean, obviously, everybody is not a robot, right? They're not going to make perfect golf swings. So if you say and you look at your fitter and go, hey, there's just a really bad swing. Do you mind if I hit another
Yeah,
one?
well,
Totally okay.
let me
Like,
give you another one here.
Absolutely, right? Like that's where you might hit it once or twice, but if there's not kind of that instant connection, then you know it's probably not going to fit you 24/7 every day of the summer, right? It's important. So
Okay.
Let's see another one here. So D9 swing.
Yeah, it's terrible, but we'll try it. I mean, it's just, for me, it feels pretty bad.
Okay, that's all right.
I can't
it's a
hit
mile
it.
behind you. Right?
It's like
that's-
sideways.
There's a
So,
good example.
and again, it just goes to show it's way too heavy.
Yeah.
Like that's,
It went from a driver that you were very comfortable with, and I've seen you hit a lot of fairways with, to something that
I can't keep it on the planet.
no, you might as well hit your 7-iron
Yeah.
on the tee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that's a great example.
Pretty solid.
It's, yeah, and I don't. It does, like to me, I've watched you hit a lot of shots, obviously in my life. It wasn't a terrible swing. Just
No,
it's so far behind you.
It's stuck. Yeah, it's so heavy. And then if I was to hit this 5 more times, my swing will change, because
Absolutely.
I'll adapt and go, I can make it work,
That's
and
the
I'll
big
swing harder and flip my hands to try and close it. And before you know it, I'm not swinging the way I swing. Tempo's gone. It's just.
And then you're going to go out there the first couple of weeks of the year, and you're going
hit
to
it everywhere.
struggle, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's very important. Like as a fitter, as a trained fitter, you know that okay, you know what, he's not comfortable with this. I can tell right away. But I'm not going to interject until they hit a couple, and then I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I'm just getting the sense that you're not overly comfortable with this. Let me know how you feel, and 9 times out of 10 they go, you're right. I don't like this.
Yeah, but as the player, you've got to feel comfortable telling your fitter that.
Absolutely.
You know, tell them it's good, it's bad. I like the look. Sometimes you look at something and say, it
true.
looks weird. Whatever the case is, you've got to communicate those things.
Yeah.
Just makes the whole process better, and really it makes it easier on your fitter. They need to understand.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely right. And I think everybody's different with swing weight. I know we've said that multiple times, but some people block it more when it's heavier, right? Some people hook it more, right? So everybody's a little bit different, and I think that's why as a fitter you have to try different options to see, is that good or bad, right? Is that something that you are going to be better with, or are we just going to stick with kind of what's in the rest of your bag there? And I think for me, I've always played something a little bit heavier, which is my comfort zone, right? So doesn't mean I can't hit something that's a little lighter, but it's where I'm most comfortable. I know I play the best at. So definitely talk to your fitter about that and make sure that they've got your back there. So
Just that was 300
I've never
feet,
seen you hit
2
one more
inches right of the line.
Has it had 165 feet of curve? I've never seen you do that.
It's not the best.
No, normally it's left.
Yeah, it's, again, so there's a bit of education, quick Cole's Notes version on just the importance of fitting. And all of those things are connected.
Absolutely.
Your shaft length, your grip, your swing weight, all of those things matter.
Yeah.
And as one changes, the other should change as well in order to account for being a proper fit to you and to the players.
And the obviously the biggest change in weight and performance is in the head, right? So we added 12 grams to that head and it made a huge difference in match results. But if you added 10, 12, 15 grams to the grip, it might be a minor difference, but it's not going to be as severe as adding it into the head.
Yeah, I mean, you hold this out, it's much heavier here than it is here, right? It's magnified.
Absolutely.
So. Yep.
Absolutely. So,
all right.
No, awesome. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. We're trying to educate people, give everyone an understanding of some of the things that you should look for, whether you come to our studio or you go to another studio. There's a lot of good fitters out there. You just got to make sure you protect yourself as a customer and
Absolutely.
Be able to identify good and bad.
Yeah.
So I think Cole's Notes version of the most important points. Go for it, Mark.
And I would say, like, if you're going to take anything away from this video, for me as a fitter, the most important thing I want you to do is have that communication line open, right? And don't feel bad about saying, hey, I don't like this driver for whatever reason. I always say this, I didn't design it, I'm not going to be offended. So talk to us, tell us your thoughts and feels, and we're just there to help, right? So that's the biggest thing, biggest takeaway, and don't feel like you're being a difficult customer. I love when people tell me, hey, you know what? Don't like the way this feels. Numbers are okay, but I don't see myself playing it. That's totally okay, right? So just make sure that you continue that, and during your fitting, you talk to your fitter and be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you and I do that all the time.
Absolutely.
It's different for me. I don't mind being difficult.
Yeah, you can be difficult, yeah.
So from my perspective, from the customer perspective, make sure what you're testing is what you'll be playing. And what I mean by that is make sure you're testing it with the grip you like.
Yep.
Make sure you're testing it at the length you like. Make sure all of those things are built so you can test it. If somebody says, well, you're a little shorter, so just choke up and hit this driver. When you get your driver, you have no idea what you're getting. Swing weight's going to be different. Yeah. Everything is different. That's not what professional fitters do. So make sure you're testing the exact same thing that you're going to be getting. It's the best way to ensure that what you buy and what you test in here will perform on the golf course.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very important.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Questions? We got an email address, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's questions@smashfactory.ca. So please feel free, ask us anything. We're more than happy to help, and we'll do our best to answer your questions.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Take
care.
Matt's doing it this time. You're good at editing things. Just edit me putting fucking
imagine, Mark? Mark, I'm sorry. I forgot to hit record.
Oh my God, yeah. I'd be going home.